Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 25th day of August 2022, I'd like to welcome you over to APMEX so we can check out those live spot prices. But before that, I'm going to welcome you over to a good morning to you with Tiny Numismatics. That's number 215. Hope to see you there. Check that out. Also, I believe the t-shirts are coming today, if not just yesterday. So check your mail for those. Now let's head over here to APMEX. Looks like gold is up $14.30 to $17.73.40. Silver up 31 cents to $19.61. Platinum up $10 even Steven to $904.80. And palladium up $28.40 to $20.93 even Steven. Now over here to coinnews.net, and there's an excellent article by Mike Unser dated August 24. That's yesterday. The title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales, Otero-Warren Quarters, and Silver Metals Debut. And let me show you right off the bat here. There's a little bit something going on with these particular metals. Can you see here? A little bit of thickening here going on there, and a little bit of thinning going on there. Yeah. And what's interesting is you can see it here as well. A little bit of thickening going on here and a bit of thinning going on there. And really, it's not as extreme example as we have seen in a recent past. Now, it says here, last week was a busy one for the United States Mint as it released the Nina Otero-Warren quarters and a 1-ounce silver medal featuring President Millard Fillmore, the Air Force, and a modern rendition of American Liberty. See, a lot of stuff going on. Many of these products didn't last long before selling out. And remember, these products were sold during the, last week was ANE, right? Chicago World's Fair of Money. So definitely great timing. And the next Chicago World's Fair of Money, and I do believe that we will be headed there, August 8th through the 12th, 2023. Hopefully we can go there to the ANA and hopefully maybe see a baseball game that Thursday, no, maybe Wednesday and Friday night. Atlanta Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds. So that's going to be a major big deal. Hope to see you there. Now here we go. Let's keep on keeping on. Now it says here, released August 15th, the silver medal depicting Millard Fillmore kicked off with sales of $11,217. The immediate previous presidential silver medal for Zachary Taylor was issued in May and registered starting sales of $12,599. And what's interesting about this, see how that one was in May, the Zachary Taylor? And the recent one for Millard Fillmore was, well, just recently, right? Well, they're going to have a couple more of the presidential silver medals drop here in a couple of weeks and months. So it says here in February, the Mint issued James Knox Polk Presidential Silver Medal, and it opened with sales of $12,220. So really, 2022 is really the year of the medal at the Mint. There's so many this year. Released August 16th, the now quarter Nina Otero-Warren is the fourth coin from the U.S. Mint's 4-year series of the American Women quarter dollars. Half of the product options essentially sold out in releases, with enrollments claiming their inventories earlier. Now I got to show you a heads up on that because really the shiny candy-like red button is still available. One option remains as of this writing, 2 roll sets P and D quarters. So that one is remaining, but I got to show you across the products. Mint stats show a combined 1,720,160 quarters sold. That's a lot of quarters, folks. Now imagine the seigniorage on that. Now here for some comparisons, Wilma Mankiller quarters, and they're actually doing it by the amount of quarters they sold, is at 1.738. Remember 1.72. The Dr. Sally Ride is 1.755. And the Maya Angelou's are 1.753. So clearly, for now, okay, the Nina Otero-Warren are the least sold, not minted. Okay, that's a really big, huge thing that we need to focus on because the Mint doesn't talk about mintages, they talk about sales. Now, the Mint also introduced a smaller 1-ounce U.S. Air Force silver medal on August 16th that survived for less than 5 hours before becoming unavailable, registering sales of $12,799. It was the Mint's second best weekly seller. Now we keep on keeping on here. Released August 18, the 2022 American Liberty Silver Medal. That's the one that's kind of off center, and it's probably the most beautiful drop this year as far as silver is concerned. Now, lasted for 34 minutes and 34 seconds before becoming the Mint declaring it unavailable. And that's exactly what it does. It's unavailable. It's not sold out. At least one window opened the next morning when sales resumed for about 90 minutes, and there was a few thousand of them there. before the metal became unavailable again, and it was the Mint's weekly top seller with 49,835. Now, if you remember the day of the drop, we were about 41,200. Now, you can clearly see that's an increase of about 8,700 or 8,600, 500 and change. Yeah, and we still expect more of these to drop as well, and they may or may not have that off-center strike, but the Mint is authorized to produce 75,000 of these beauties. Now, okay, let's go to these weekly Mint top sellers, and if you look at this, normally they'll go to the top 10, but there were so many products this last week that they included an additional 5. Now it says here, because, you know, let's face it, it was a big week last week. It was the ANA. Now here's a listing of the U.S. Mint's most popular numismatic products for the week ending August 21st. And there's some really interesting things here that I wanted to show you, especially with the 40 coin bulk pack. You wouldn't believe it, for the S proof. Now, first place here, we've got the 2022 Philadelphia Minted American Liberty Silver Medal. Absolutely. I think that's the drop of the year so far. U.S. Mint Airforce 1-ounce silver medal, 12,000. Number 3 spot is the Millard Fillmore. Number 4 spot is the PD and the S now quarters. Then we got the number 5, the PD and the now quarters. Then number 6 spot, you've got the 2022 proof set. And let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Number 7, 2022 silver proof set. Did I just say that? 8 spot, 2022 mint set. Number 9 spot, 2022 Nina Otero-Warren 100 coin bag. Number 10 for well, that was Philadelphia. This one is for Denver. All right, and then we go past 10 spots, and we're going to 11 to 15. Now look at this. This is huge. For the 11th spot, this is the 2022 S Proof Eagle 40 bulks. They sold an additional 1,076 of those. And I think that a total of this is about 1,798 multiplied by 40. I think you're looking at about 70,000 coins. Isn't that incredible? Yikes. So number 12 spot, 2022 W Proof Silver Eagle, added 932, almost to about 500,000. And then I could keep adding that, I would imagine. Now, number 13 spot is the American Innovation Dollar Proof Set, added 784. That's incredible. And number 14 is the 2022 S Silver Proof Eagle, added 521. And that's the cousin to that product there. Now, look at this. 2018 West Point $10 American Liberty Gold Coin. I would imagine that it would have something to do with buy one, get one on the gold coin. Now, its latest report, U.S. Mint published sales data for 257 numismatic products. 83 outperformed their prior weekly gains to 56 previously. So 83, I don't know why they said 83 here in letters and then 56 here in numbers. I like a little consistency, but that's just my OCD kicking in. Not counting the new products, to compare apples to apples, 4 products increased by more than 1,000 units compared to 3 in the prior report. Obviously, the Mint had a great week last week. And it did, let me see here. I think I said that. In addition, 3 of the Mint's products registered negative weekly sales compared to 7 in the last sales report. All reductions were modest. There you go. So, and what I really wanted to touch base with, and I didn't really look at it, is the uncirculated sets to see how many they sold, right? Now, let's go down here to the list and see what's what. Morgan and silver dollar peace dollars didn't have any movement at all. Purple Heart, look at this. Purple Heart colorized silver dollar lost 9 of them. That's too bad. And look at this. The sales for the proof silver dollar here, 45,000 here, and proof silver dollar here at 20,000. So more than double. It's just incredible. It's quite surprising, actually, for the commemorative coin program this year. So let's keep on keeping on. Here, look at this, Armed Forces silver medals. Now, if you're looking at replacing the U.S. Marine Corps 2.5-ounce silver medal that you got with some fitting, you might be in luck, because check this out. They've only sold 9,538 of them, and they have authorized a 10,000 production limit. So you might have about 462 available, maybe. And that does give you some hope, because check it out. They did 9,900 of those, 9,800 of those, 9,997. And the Air Force silver medal, 12,799. Good stuff there. Now, here's the American Liberty products. You've got the 2018 American Liberty Gold Coin, and then you've got the 2017 $100 American Liberty Gold Coin. You buy one, you get one. There you go. Now, clad proof sets. Pretty strong numbers here for the clad proof set, 4,228. Now, the American Innovation dollars, look at that, 784. Now, there's one thing I got to show you, and it struck me as like, oh my gosh, something's happening here, and I got to get in on it. Silver proof sets, 2228, an increase. Okay, look at that. That's kind of profound. Here we go. U.S. Mint uncirculated sets. I would imagine that the Mint sold more than 1,934 of the uncirculated sets for a total of 167,400, only because that's a flagship product. They should be selling maybe 1,000 of those more than what I'm seeing there. Now let's get to that important juicy one. Now here's the ornaments. We're going to be seeing the ornaments drop tomorrow, the additional 5. So this will almost double this list, as there's 6 here and there's 5 options for the American Women quarters. So that list will be about 11, and we'll see those sales the following week. Now here we go. We talked about this. The proof and reverse silver eagles, 1,798. That's the latest sales. Gain loss of 1,076 for an increase of 150% almost. That's incredible. That's incredible. That's just like remarkable. And the uncirculated silver eagles sold 273 with no additional uncirculated 40 coin bulk packs sold. Now let's keep on keeping on here. I'm running out of time, and I do regret it, and I hope I can find it. I hope I highlighted it. Yeah. Oh, there it is, folks. Yeah, and I saw this, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Do you see what I see? 2022 American Innovation Dollars for Kentucky. Somebody, dealer, person, individual, private, whatever, purchased 396 of these last week for an increase of 20%. Now, for me, folks, you know what that tells me? Or you know what that reminds me of? That somebody found something and they're hoarding it. Something happened with this 100 coin bag and they're hoarding it. So this morning, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to buy one of these particular bags, and I'm going to go through it and find out, see if I can find anything, because that is just so not typical of any kind of behavior you've seen at the United States Mint in a long time. This reminds me of last year when the U.S. Mint used a proof die on a bullion strike, and I think it was on the 10th ounce or the quarter ounce, maybe it was a half ounce, oops, yeah, big mistake, big error. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, because the person who had found that, they didn't tell anybody, but they went through like 30,000 gold coins looking for those with the wrong proof die. Yeah, something's up here with Kentucky. Now let's keep on keeping on here. Rhode Island, North Carolina, New York, Virginia, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Maryland, Massachusetts, Kentucky, Georgia, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware. Okay, here we go. I don't think I've highlighted anything else except for the American Women quarters here. Candy half dollars still selling. I think they had a mintage sales limit of 11,000, so they're about 193 away from that. Let's see, AWQ. Here we go. Now I've highlighted the least sold, right? The lowest sold, not the lowest mintage, because we know the Mint doesn't do mintage. But this is it for now. These are the Nina Otero-Warren. These are the now quarters. Now, the 100 coin bag sold 1805, 1805, and those are the lowest, as you can see, comparatively speaking, if we're going to compare and contrast the other quarters, 1805. However, if you go to the Mint's website, 5642, those are the lowest. Like I said, you go to the Mint website, the 100 coin bag from Philadelphia is available. The 100 coin bag from Denver is still available. The 2-roll set from Philadelphia and Denver is also still available. And this is remarkable, actually. This is the first time the American Women quarters have been available past the very first day for days on end. The one product that people seem to can't get enough of is that 3-roll set, the P, D, and the S. That's the San Francisco Mint, and that's the real treat. There you go. Now, here we go. Nina Otero-Warren quarters. The Dr. Sally Ride for the 3-roll set still commands the lowest sales out of all of them so far. I think that's it. That's going to do it and wrap it up. Let's head over here to the plus ones today. Now, this is one of the greatest songs ever written in the history of ever on 95.9 KOI and Coin News Radio. This is Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. It's got lyrics on screen in los dos idiomas, English and Spanish. Isn't that amazing? Now, over here, what did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? Hey! Popcorn. Now, don't compare yourself and your life to others. Compare yourself and your life to who you were yesterday. That's how you're going to make progress. Because you know what? You weren't meant to be somebody else. You were meant to be you. So fulfill your destiny, not somebody else's. So there it is, folks. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you're hearing, please subscribe to the channel. It's always free. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.